Hey, Nick Love. Nick. You see who I bumped into out of nowhere? I wasn't thinking about this woman. Here she goes. She popped on my feed. She just popped on my feed. I was thinking about it. She popped on the feed. So you know we're going to fix it. Let's see what us women is doing bad now. Let's see what the mammie got to say about us now. Does she get paid good money by a bunch of men? They love to be me. She get paid by a bunch of men just to tell us how bad we are, how we should be like her. We need to be like our mammie. I see she putting on lipstick and stuff, trying to look all good. Just the mammie is. Just the hyena is. Yes, she is. We're going to start in a couple of minutes. Hey, Miss Leo.
He's not doing anything, not sleeping.
I get him. Let's see. Nicole, I'm telling you, I was really minding my business. I didn't even speak upon this lady in a long time. And here she goes. She must want me to talk about her. So let's see what she got to say about us people. We're going to go right now. Start this show. Let me put this up there because it looks cute. I feel you. It's for educational purposes. Y'all know that already. But it's a disclaimer because it just looks cute now, doesn't it? Okay, this one is Black women. We are tired of your victimhood. She tired of our victimhood. Ain't that some shit? Black women, we are tired of your victimhood. Ain't that something?
Made the crust from scratch.
Look at her, trying to look pretty. I think she looking for a man. Or she got a man.
Oh, she was a bad memory.
Or she looking for a man. And she got the pink lipstick up there and stuff. A sophisticated.
Sleep better with a new mattress from
Oh,
Raymore
God.
Flanagan.
Because that's where I was gaining it. Thank you, Chano, for kicking off the contributions. The Overtime Collection plate. Barn burner alert. Yeah, we gonna do it. We gonna do it today. Cause we tired. We tired, y'all.
And we tired of you too. No, that hyena still
I
ain't
remember
got me.
when we used to eat pizza and I didn't care about those carbs. Now I got to care. I got to be more careful.
Yeah, she want a man now.
About the carb intake.
Look at the lipstick. Look at the lipstick.
Yep.
Mm-hmm.
Let's see. All right.
Come on, Mammy.
So, what we talking about today, y'all? Do not get me started on reminiscing about carbs. And you know the funny thing about carbs and sweets and all that kind of stuff.
What?
I think about that stuff. I don't even know if I have cravings anymore for it. I don't know that I really crave it. I crave it in my head.
In her head.
Because whenever I'm faced with an opportunity to actually eat it or get it, or I never do. I get to the store and show as I'm sitting here, I go over to the bakery section and look at all the. I eat with my eyes now. I eat it with my eyes. I look at all the cookies and the cakes and the candy and the bread and the croissants. Oh, croissants. And all of that. And I be like, ooh. And then when I think about it, it's like, are you gonna, like, would you pick it up and actually buy it and eat it? Nope. Because what I realize is that the cheat is not satisfactory. Once you've not consumed that stuff and then you eat it again, it's not satisfactory. There's nothing fulfilling about it. You be like, why did I eat it? I don't even want it. Like, why did I eat that? Why would I eat? It's good right on the tongue, and as soon as you swallow it, you be like, Robert Dalton, I am going to cut a video about that lady with her 10-year-old son husband. That was the most disturbing video I've seen in a long time.
No, you are. Let's get to the content. We don't want to hear all this extra stuff.
It's over it. All the lionesses, we over it.
You are not a lioness. You're not a lioness. You would like to be a lioness, but you're not a lioness, chick. Mammy, hyena maybe, but not a lioness.
Of the lions, over it. We over it.
We over it.
You cannot be a perpetual victim all the time, every time, in every instance, in every interaction, in every point in your life. You are the victim. You are never wrong. It is everybody else. It is from your kids' fault to your daddy's fault to your mama's fault to your husband's fault to the man and the boy you dated in 5th grade, his fault. It's everybody's fault. Y'all are the Carl Lewis's of the Victim Olympics. Y'all are the, name anybody that ever won a gold medal. Y'all are them of the Victim Olympics. Y'all are the Michael Jordans. Y'all are the dream team of the Victim Olympics. And we tired. We tired. I'm personally tired of jumping online and seeing Black women make an excuse for every single thing that has ever happened to them. You are not and cannot be an innocent bystander in your own life. You have never exerted any amount of control nor any influence in any matter or situation that you have ever been a part of in your own life. Everything simply happens to you, not because of you. Every bad relationship you've ever been in, no matter how long it lasted, no matter what happened in it, you have never contributed any energy, any action, nor any thought towards any negative outcome.
You know, you are 100% right. Hey, Nay, baby, what's up, me, the great one? You are absolutely right. If y'all men, I don't want to hear none of y'all men problems. If it works, it's good for the goose. It's good for the damn gander. I don't want to hear none of your men problems. I don't want to hear your mother problems. I don't want to hear your father problems. I don't want to hear your first girlfriend. We don't want to hear none of that garbage neither. You're absolutely right. Now, men, we are tired of your victimhood. We are tired of, oh, you had to go outside and sell drugs to make some money. Oh, I had to rob and steal. Oh, because my daddy wasn't home. My daddy left my mama. I had to do all these things. I was out there in these streets. I had a hard knock life. We don't want to hear none of that shit neither. Tell them, mammy. Tell them, mammy. We don't want to hear nothing. We don't want to hear how you went to bed hungry. We don't want to hear about your mother boyfriends. Because that's victimhood. That is victimhood. And the way she talking, we don't even need to have nothing to talk about. We don't need to talk about nothing but the future. She's absolutely correct. You hear that, men? Because she thinks she's saying it to us. But that's really some deep, insensitive things. I don't care if you're a man or a woman. That's very deep and it's very insensitive. If you had something done to you when you were younger, a victim is a victim. Hey, Ewan, what's up, love? Girl, you missed the party, baby. We had a party. But don't worry. Oh, don't worry, Ewan. I forgot. You the next birthday that's up. You the next birthday that is up. Yeah. Things happen to people. Nobody wants to be a victim. If somebody's saying that, okay, this happened to me and this is why I act like that. No, it's not your job to fix them because you can't fix them. But guess what? You can say, you know what, when you get help that you need to go get, come back to me. You don't have to be with the person that has not fixed themselves. It makes absolutely no sense. And then the next thing you're going to say is, oh, we don't want to hear that. We're tired of your victimhood. You don't have to say none of that. How about don't bother with them? But guess what? Nobody has their life all together because we are in this thing called life. We are in this thing called life that I don't care who you are. Nobody's life is all the way 100% together. It's not. It's not all together because we are human. And the nerve of you to tell us to be quiet about what happened to us in our childhood or whatever, but we got to hear their bullshit.
And it's amazing. That's amazing. Because you know what? When you had a little kid, anybody that has raised kids can attest to this. When you raise little kids, school-age kids, that your kids have a tendency to, when they come home and tell you about what happened at school, they always tell about what the other kids did. Such and such threw crayons. Such and such, got in trouble. Such and such did this and did that and said this and said that. Thank you, Alex said bam, 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 Crimson Curie voice. Okay, I'm going to give y'all the dance. But before I do that, anybody raise kids, can you attest to that? Your kid, they in about 4th, 5th grade, something like that. And every other kid done something. And if you sit back and you listen, your child know all the school dirt, but they ain't never in it. Now they know about who was fighting and who got in trouble with the teacher, who had to go to the office, and they know all of that stuff, but they ain't never in it.
Well,
then you ask them, well, what you do? Well, how you?
I don't get the point of this. You trying to say that hey Johnny, you're trying to say that when women do stuff in relationships, we're so quick to say what the man have done, and we're not quick to say the part that we have done. So you're trying to equate that to a bunch of kids. Hey, sweetness, how you doing, sweetie? So you're trying to equate that to a bunch of kids. Like we do childish stuff. Like we throw the rock and hold our hand, and it's all the men's fault. And it's women like that. She get paid lovely. She gets paid lovely. I'm gonna show y'all. She get paid lovely to fight, to be the mammy, and to fight for men's rights and everything that we do right. We can't do nothing right. Only her and her manosphere, and her rep. Them the only ones that can do something right. She bring us back so many decades. She bring us women way back. She gonna tell us. She be beyond bugging. But you gotta see some of the other ones I did with her. I haven't thought about her in a while, and she just popped up on my screen. Just popped up like, talk about me. I said, okay, of course I would.
Where were you when all of this was going down? And the kid have all the excuses. Well, I was sitting in the back. I was just looking. Right. And you know exactly what was said on the other side of the lunchroom where you wasn't at.
I wish
and you know who started that food fight. Right? I mean, yeah. And
she ain't even got no kids to ask that damn question. She don't even know, because if her kids was coming home telling her stuff, she ain't asking her kids none of the above. We wish you luck. We're gonna keep you in our prayers. We're gonna keep you in our prayers. Make sure everything goes good for you with the surgery. That's such a fake accent. What is that about? She don't even have no kids to ask no damn questions. Because if it was your kid, and your kid come home telling you stuff, you ain't gonna be like, and what was you doing? You're gonna be like, what? Really? And what else happened? And what else happened? That's what parents do. We want to know what else happened. We ain't gonna ask the kid what part they played, cause we already know our kid played a part. Damn it.
And you never believe the kid. And I had to do this with my son, my little brother.
Yeah, I know so.
And he would come in from school and he would have a story every day, about what these kids that did. And so one day I sat him down. I said, well, what you do, baby? And his eye got big. I said, well, tell me what you did. Tell me your part. Because you got a part. You know too much dirt. You got a part. What part did you play? I said, if I come up to that school and ask what part you play, what story I'm going to get? I'm going to get your story. I'm going to get another story from the teacher.
But you know what?
You might as well tell me.
Don't give me the line. My kid's father isn't here, but I let my kids know nothing is their fault. No matter how sad I am, I pick that up for them. I cry when the lights are out. Girl, please. My son already know. I love you more. My kids already know. They already know. Because see, I'm very vocal. I'm very expressive and I'm very vocal on the spot. On the spot. Stuff just come right out of my mouth. Right? So it'll be real. You might get, oh my God, but you're going to hear what I got to say. It just comes out. It may not come out nice, but it comes out. You know what I'm saying? Come out. So my kids know, hey, Marquise, little brother and 2 kids, superstar. So my kids know, it may not come out nice, but I got to say what I got to say. But they automatically know it ain't their fault. Because you know why? Because they already know it's his fault. And according to her, she's gonna be like, according to the mammy that we have here, this mammy is gonna try to make me think no, it's really my fault. No, it ain't. I ain't taking nothing. Sometimes these men know what they marry. You knew she wasn't the best cook when you married her. Or you should have married the best cook. You know, the same way some women know what they marry. You already know what you married. So, hey, take it or you leave it. You can't get mad. Yeah, exactly. You know, so sometimes she would make it seem like, well, she would probably be one to make think it was me. You know, not me particularly, but it's any woman. I don't care what woman you are. According to Mammy, is your fault. According to the hyena, it's your fault. It's you. It's never a man. It's always you. But I thought the man was the head. As they say, the man is the head. As they say, the man is the logical one. Hey, Chrissy Boo, the man made the decision. So how they let a woman turn them around? How for you to be so the head? How you let somebody under you disrupt you? I bet her or Sakima gonna get one of those black males they be protecting to get one that whoop the ooh. That's don't be talking about our mammy. Don't you talk about mammy, girl. I'm talking about mammy. Talk about the damn mammy. She trying to set your ass straight. Now you get on the good foot. Get on the good foot. A lot of men, they leave. See, some men are smart. Some men, every one of their women are the same. Some men leave their women for an alley cat. Some leave them for a skank. But a smart man, they leave a woman for the same woman, right? So you may think that you're better But no, them are his qualifications. So whatever qualifications that he have, because if you ever meet some of your men ex, let's say y'all on good terms, and then you'll come to find out, damn, we just alike. We both do all the cooking, we do the cleaning, we do this, we do that. Damn, he found the same woman. So it a lot of times it depends on the man. There's like some women, if she all of her men gotta have money. So one can't think, well, I have money, shoot up a man. No, the next man got it too. So I guess it depends. But some leave because they think that the grass is greener. Like most men really leave because they think the grass is greener. You know, then they realize it's the same old grass. Matter of fact, that grass is brown. The grass I had over here is green, and that grass is brown. I should have stayed on over here because, see, it's good until you in a relationship, right? And once the women go out of their way to break up a happy home, and I know I hear the argument all the time. Well, the woman is not with the man is with his wife. Let me explain something to you guys. It go both ways. People like only the man could do it. No, the woman does it too, because she wants your position. And women do some spiteful shit. Pardon my French. Women do some spiteful shit to get that man. They do a lot of things the man don't even know that she doing. A lot of times, those spiteful chicks, they send their friends out. They stalk you on the Facebook. Like they purposely take like pictures and stuff. Like they do a lot of stuff too. Even though the man ain't had no business cheating, period. The man ain't had no business cheating, period. But a woman, everything you do, though, you are responsible for. The man ain't had no business cheating, and you ain't had no business being with a man that had somebody. But some of these women, they get obsessed. So they want to be the woman. So once they end up becoming a woman, okay, now you got my position. Congratulations. Congratulations. You got that right. Just a question. Can you put away tonight? I didn't say it was all black men, but how they talk. I was talking in general. I didn't even see your comment, Miss Hooks. Miss Lady, I was busy talking. I didn't even see your comments, and I have to stroll up to see your comment. I was just talking in general. Maybe it happened to go with your comment, but I didn't even see your comment. Now I'm reading your comment. But men, you mean be wanting to complain, but y'all go after the Instagram model type. That be, oh yeah, exactly. But let's get back to the mammy, because she's gonna put us in place. She's gonna put us in our place. She's gonna tell us how to be traditional woman.
Now, because I don't want to have to go up to that school and get a different story. I really don't. And that's when he might begrudgingly tell you a little bit. My point is, that is something that children do, because children are emotionally immature. Thank you, Miss Lou Casely. Children are emotionally immature. Little kids just don't want to be in trouble. So they will spin a story however they think they gotta spin a story in order to either keep them out of trouble or minimize what kind of trouble they was in and how far and how deep they was in it. So that they make themselves either the victim or they ain't had nothing to do with it. This is a little kid, though. These are school-age children, 8, 9 years old, stuff like that. You know, they little kids. They just don't want to be in trouble with mom and daddy because they know if they start talking too much, and that's when a little kid, that's how you catch a kid up. Just let them talk. Just sit there. You ain't got to get mad. You don't got to get mad because you the adult. You know what they doing. You know if you was 10.
Truly, I was minding my business. Truly, I was minding my business. And you know, I didn't think about this hyena in a while. I think about this hyena chick in a while, and she popped up. So she must want me to talk about it. So fine. She is a kid, but them men pay her good money. Them men lace her chat, her super chat up, because she's going against women. You don't, baby, if you was for the bet, you'll win. If you was for the bet, she's an orthodontist, whatever the heck. Yeah, she a widower, and she know a lot about the single world. A single world. Talk about women all day.
And before you was 12, before you was 11, before you know what it is. Anytime they started out, see, mama, what had happened was, see, you know that's a lie, because that's the same lie. That's one of the demarcations between childhood and adulthood, is that you start understanding how the world works.
Tell me.
And you begin to take responsibility and accountability. See, all of this stuff, all of this victimhood is to avoid accountability, thus avoiding adulthood. Y'all are kids.
Oh, we kids now.
But before I put that cart before that horse, let's finish this thought about the arrested emotional development.
Oh, okay.
Thank you, Eric. So I'm so glad that you're talking about arrested emotional development. It's a real problem in the community. And yeah, see, y'all are not adults.
No.
Because you have not yet understood how adulthood works and what you're supposed to do as an adult in the world. See, you still got a child's outlook on adulting. This is why these chicks will try to act like they're bossing up by simply paying market value rent for the place that they reside, buying food, and buying clothes. And they'll act like they really doing something. That's the same thought that you had when you were 10.
So what you
When I was 7, 8, 9, 10 years old, I thought that was the pinnacle of adulthood also. I thought that being an adult meant nobody could tell me what to do, and that I was free to do whatever I was doing, however, whenever, wherever, and could nobody tell me nothing. Lo and behold, when I became an adult, that was the furthest thing from the truth. You have even more responsibility.
No shit.
You have a responsibility to multiple people on multiple levels for multiple reasons. There's always somebody telling you what to do. There's always somebody telling you here and there what they expect of you, what they don't expect, what you gotta do, what you bet not do. It's always like that phase of life. They don't really understand how life works and the world works in full. They don't really get it.
No, we don't. Tell us.
Right? They're underdeveloped mentally.
Oh. Underdeveloped.
Children go through stages of complete selfishness. Nothing in the world matters but them, their perspective. They don't have the capacity for empathy.
Listen. This only works on women, not on men. We don't have none of these capacities when it comes down to men. Because she gonna get on it. She gonna say, so are these men, they can't, they can't, baby. They can't communicate. Only us. We it's the women. It's the women that's selfish. It's the women that she that works, that's wrong. We're gonna get to the next video when this is done. When she say, when we get our education, this is what we do when we get our education. That's a great one. That's a really good one.
Until they get a little older, and then they can start seeing, oh, well, other kids go through stuff too. That's why school age kids so ruthless. That's why they so ruthless. That's why they talk about you. They don't care. That's why bullying be so bad in like school age kids, because they don't have empathy. But when you get older, you're supposed to develop a sense of empathy, because you're supposed to understand other people go through stuff too.
I think you mean sympathy, not empathy. Sympathy. Not everybody has empathy. Empathy, if I'm not mistaken, is when you can feel somebody's pain. That's empathy. I think you mean sympathy. You don't have to have empathy. Empathy is like, oh my God, I feel how you feel. I know how you feel. And you feel what that person is feeling. That's empathy, if I'm not mistaken. You mean sympathy, where you should try to understand what somebody, like you understand what they're going through, but you don't feel it. And young kids have sympathy and empathy also. You do not get older and develop it. You don't get older and say, you know what? By the age of 18, I'm going to have empathy and sympathy. No, it don't go like that. It don't go like that. Hey, Nola. Hey, sweetie. I bet men don't. They can't tell you you're wrong, but the moment you say what they did is a problem. Hey, sincere love. What's up, baby? You understand what I'm saying? So I think she got that confused. And then you're trying again to put women in the same boat as a child and trying to say that we have arrested development. That's what you're trying to portray. But no, because if anything, you can't put we're tired of your victimhood and then say we got to have empathy at the same time. That doesn't go in the same sentence. It doesn't. Because if you put the word victim in there, then you should have some sympathy and empathy. I think you got the wrong title, chick. See, Mammy, you got the wrong title. You can't be tired of somebody's victimhood, but then say that you got to have empathy and sympathy. So if they are a victim, what you're saying is you feel nothing. I don't feel how you feel, and I'm not even trying to understand how you feel. Get over it. Get over it. That's what you're saying. Get over it. I don't want to hear it. But then you say that we should feel that way. Yes, you're always backwards. Yes, ma'am. Yeah, it goes against the whole channel. True, you know how mean this hyena is. Nick knows how mean this hyena is. Hey, bouncer. Silly goose, you're going against the wrong chat with that nonsense. My sister brother here are the best of the best. Oh, she's a beyond mammy. Wait till you see the next one. I gotta skip through it enough But I just wanted to say, you cannot say in the same sentence, oh, and little kids, they just wilding out because they bully so much. No, baby, kids have empathy and sympathy also. And if they don't, they're not going to get it at 18. It's not going to snap a finger as soon as they come a certain age. Now they got it. It don't go like that. So we want to hear how you want to say you're tired of it, but you're teaching about empathy and sympathy and caring and not being wrong and listening. We'll carry on. We'll carry on. We'll carry on. We'll carry on. All right, Mammy.
And you can't just talk crazy to people. You know, you can't bully people. You can't, you know what I'm saying? You can't do people bad like that. It's wrong. You become to have a deeper understanding of right and wrong. Why things are wrong. Why things are right. And I actually didn't mean to go this deeply into the emotional arrested development.
Believe me, you didn't go deep at all. You didn't go deep at all.
It obviously needed to be said. Here's the other part that we tired of that is intrinsically linked to the victimhood Olympics. Y'all are compulsive liars and we sick of it. Y'all are compulsive liars and we tired of it. Hyenas are compulsive, habitual liars. You're liars.
Oh my God. She made me laugh when she called women hyenas when you actually look like a hyena. But why do you call people a hyena? Which I know what it means. I know what you're saying when you say hyena. I understand. But I wouldn't choose that word if I was you. I wouldn't choose the word hyena. Even though I know what you mean when you say the word hyena, but I wouldn't choose that word. I would just call them modern women, but I wouldn't say hyena. Hey, Annie. That's what I'm serious. One day, they'll tell you, I put a hyena right next to her face. They were twins. Well, okay, let's carry on. We like the hyena women are liars, but the high value men, they tell you the truth and nothing but the truth. So help them God. They tell you nothing but the truth.
You're not just somebody who tell a lie every once and again. See, there's a difference. Mm-hmm. Thank you, Miss Lucky. Mm-hmm. Everybody in here has told a lie. I done told a lie. Everybody in here has told some kind of lie at some point in their life for some reason. Yes? Yes? I'm right? I know, right?
No, you lying.
But a liar is somebody who will lie when the truth will do. They'll volunteer a lie that nobody asked for. They will manufacture a lie that nobody asked for. It's outright lies and y'all favorite, lie by omission. Twist the story a little bit. And lying becomes second nature to you like breathing. That's when you're a liar.
Ain't no truth.
Can't nobody believe nothing that you say.
Tell me about it.
Y'all are the perpetual today's black women are the boys that cried wolf.
Oh, God.
That's who y'all are.
I'm
Can't
sorry.
nobody believe your story no more. This is why don't nobody care about the story. That little so-called story that you always want to fall back on when you get caught up doing something stupid. When you get caught up doing something ratchet, or when you get caught up doing something egregious. When you get caught up victimizing somebody else, because y'all are abusive. We're going to get into the many ways in which you are.
Before she tell us off, yeah, no, I've been doing her for years, but I left her alone. But Bouncer Slab, what you're saying is absolutely correct. But this is not a politic channel. So we like to try to keep it to the subject. She said, Harpo, who this woman? So can we refrain to just talk about the video? We don't want to talk about the politics. We will have like times when we do that, but just not on this particular channel. And you can talk all you want, but we understand. She gonna finish telling us right now. She gonna let us have it right now. Oh my God.
Abusive. Y'all are the ones who cried wolf. Every time that little boy, y'all remember that little story? Every time that little boy would go out there, he'd come back, it's a wolf, it's a wolf. And so the townspeople would come out and look for the wolf and stuff like that. Little boy because he done caused chaos. Probably raised by a single mama. He done caused chaos. So he's sniggling and giggling. Thank you, Chano. Said they lie so much you can see it in their eyes.
Oh God.
And so he thought it was funny. Every time he get everybody riled up about this wolf that's not there. And why did the little boy cry wolf? Why did he know that was something that would happen? Why? Because he's a little boy. Now we about to get deep into it. Yeah, I'm using little boy to cry wolf. Yes. Thank you, Real Bravado. So withholding information is the worst lie. Purposely keeping information is a sign of low character. Yes, it is. And thank you, High Frequency. Thank you so much. We gonna go into the boy that cried wolf. But after these messages, we'll be right back. So it increases a man's vitality, of course, his energy.
What if you had a wardrobe that practically handed you?
So let's get back to the little boy that cried wolf. Why did the little boy cry wolf? Why did he do that? Not only was he causing chaos in the little town.
No, she been out, Nene.
Why did he know? What did he know about himself
I'm gonna pull them out
that would make his crying wolf effective? What did he know about himself? Somebody put it in the chat if you can. If you just think about it. What did the little boy know about himself that would make his crying of wolf effective? He was a boy. He was a little child. And what do men do?
They grow up, right?
Who do men protect?
Who they protect? Tell me.
Historically,
Tell
The
me.
natural instinct of men
Tell
is
me.
to protect
Who?
two classes of people.
Who?
Who?
Tell me. Surprise me.
Children and who?
And who? Tell me.
Women.
They don't do
Children and women. That is a male's natural instinct. In order to not help a woman or a child, he actually got to fight that instinct. He actually has to fight it.
Oh, shit. I ain't laughed this hard.
So the
in a long
little
time.
boy understood
Oh, shit.
intrinsically
Oh,
that
shit.
I am considered innocent
Oh, shit.
in the eyes of the adults.
Oh, God. Oh, God. Oh, God. Truly, Nick, I ain't laughed this hard in a long time. She said they naturally protect women and children. Oh, God. They pay her some good money for this shit, boy. They pay her some good ass money for it. I ain't see no Superman out there, and I was looking at the newspapers. I didn't see where no Superman was protecting no women and children. So he's vindicated. The boy who cried wolf is vindicated. He's vindicated for telling lies. How dare we blame the little boy who cried wolf? The nerve of us to call him a liar. You turning in your degree tomorrow. She might need to visit her local liquor store. She drunk the Kool-Aid. History shows otherwise. Go, Greta. Yo, what make it funny is she can't even say it with a straight face. She can't even say it with a straight face. I'll be damn. Damn. She says they naturally do, damn it. Oh, God. She said, I'm turning my... It is... This is some funny shit. Tell him, Nick. You're going to be laughing a lot when you hear what this chick got to say, how she degrades us. You're going to be cracking up a lot. I can't wait till she trashes Chicken Little for saying the sky was falling down. Oh. You can't be mad at people when they funny as shit. Look at her face, but her face is telling us about our victimhood and empathy and sympathy.
Defenseless, I'm small, I'm a child. And he weaponized that knowledge. Which is why he understood that if I declare myself in danger, the town will come running to me because of my perceived innocence. Not only am I perceived innocence because I'm a child, I'm assumed not to be lying about this kind of stuff. Why would a child lie? Especially about something as serious as my life being endangered. All of this is implied in the cry wolf narrative.
Oh, Lord.
What did the little boy not ever count on? What did he not ever count on? What was the one thing that he didn't count on?
They pay her hundreds of dollars. You gotta see her chat. They hit her ass up lovely for this shit.
What was the one thing?
Bullcrap.
See, because I need people to think about this a little deeply. We're going to bring it back around. He didn't count on
what?
The people not reacting to him. He didn't ever count on that. So that whether there was a real wolf or not, he was counting on the instincts of the adults to protect him and believe him.
Oh God. I'm gonna cut the AC up. I know y'all hear the noise, but
And
it be
he
hot.
didn't count on them ignoring him.
Please,
So
Lenore.
that when the wolf came,
Oh gosh.
the real wolf, and he was really in danger, and he came running to the town to say, there's a wolf. No, but they was like, nah, you done burnt that bridge. We done came out here 11 times looking for a wolf that's not here because you're a kid.
I gotta
and we
fast
don't want
forward
nothing to
her a
happen to you.
little bit.
It's our instinct. You was snotting. You was crying so bad. And we came out and we helped you, but it wasn't nothing to help you with. You were lying.
Oh.
And you tell her no. You cried yesterday. We're not doing this no more with you.
They ain't doing it no more with us females. No.
You cried yesterday.
I'm crying again today, damn it.
Thank you, CHCG. That's supposed to be Chicago. Simpson, thank you so much. You cried yesterday. You had crocodile tears yesterday. You was snotting. You was crying so bad.
The wolf is coming.
And we came out and we helped you, but it wasn't nothing to help you with.
Well, what you?
Lying.
Who helped who? Who helped who? Don't tell me. Who helped who, chick?
You lied about being a victim.
We lied about being
You
a victim?
lied about somebody doing something to you. You're a liar.
Oh shit, she's a liar. She made that
Just
up.
like the little boy that cried wolf. He didn't anticipate people actually putting him in the category. You're a lie. You've lied so many times. You're a liar.
Wow.
And we don't deal with liars. You're not gonna get us all riled up every day, trying to come to a rescue we don't have to come to.
Wow.
You're not in danger.
Wow.
This is when they talk about protect black women. You're not in danger.
We're not in danger?
Protect you how?
Well, you better read the newspaper.
Protect you why?
Oh shit.
You put yourself in these positions.
Hold up.
Nobody's coming to help you because you don't need any help.
Hold up. Hold up, Mrs. Contradiction. Miss Contradiction. Didn't you just say a man's first instinct is to save the woman and children? Ain't that what you said? Now nobody's coming to help us? It's not its instinct anymore? Are you trying to say that black women are not in danger? Black women are not getting killed every day? Black women are not getting abused every single day? Yes, we know men are too, but not at the alarming rate that black women are. She might. They don't want to be men, every 5 seconds, thank you, truly. Every 5 seconds, there's something happening to even the one she did. Remember, guys, who was here when she did the newspaper, the one with the newspaper report, and what we was reading and what she was saying was two damn different things. She didn't think that we was going to read it our damn self. So you trying to make us think that we are lying and black women are not in danger. I'll be damned. I'll be damned, because we are liars and we are first of all, the ones that is crying, what that got to do with the ones that's in danger? So nothing never happened to them. So a woman meets a man and make up a whole story of what happened in her life, but she lied because nothing never happened to her. Because then she would have to say black men did something to a black woman, and she does not get paid to say that. She don't get paid to say that. This is very dangerous. She understands how dangerous she is, but she gets paid well enough to say F it, I get paid enough to not put nothing on a black man. Let me take away these stereotypes, which is not a stereotype. It's actual facts. It's facts that things happen to women. It's facts that women get baked. It's facts that women get beat up. It's facts that women get that men make them go on over to the other side, up to the upper room. These are facts. These ain't lies. These are facts. Exactly. That didn't happen, Miss Hooks. That never happened. It's a lie. According to her, it's a lie. Or the lady did something to make him do that. When you hear, I got more on this chick. I might go through some old ones, I might do some new ones. But the old ones, woo, she used to have me. She a little bit better. Her mouth used to be really ruthless. Her mouth was ruthless. That was your first thing. Very dangerous. Very dangerous. And of course, I'm gonna show y'all her crowd. You think I'm joking? That lady get money. Y'all can't see how much money. She get good money. No one. That may not be the same no one that I have on my channel. Oh, both my children moms gone back to their families and made themselves into professional victims. Not one baby mother, but two. Everything, and I mean everything has been my fault. They ain't never done nothing wrong. So you had two women, and they both say the same thing. Get the hell out of here. Now, Frank says, you come a long way in a couple of years. I've been following you. I am so jocked, so I never had the problem. And I know how hard it is for you to get where you are now. Keep up. That's another man. We got Caleb. We got JJ. We got the Child of Light. We got the Magical Science. All these are men. Taliso, Paul Bryan, Stanford, Theo Johnson, Nick Nixon, Steven, Frank, Bless, Scott, Janky, Dez, Zayed, ZMJ. And then he go 30-30 is the real reason black women say black men don't protect us anymore. They cried wolf too many times. Now the men protecting their energy. Okay. The trick bag is that the lioness was there, not no lioness, will always be protected. Now that men are talking a lot, other things are about to be. So go about your fucking business. I've been about your business. Stay about your business. We got Dog Man. We got JJ. We got Bull. We got Jerome. We got Daryl. We got the Gutter. We got Juan. You don't see a woman yet. You do not, William, Duke, Jamel. You don't see a woman yet. Most black women that I met are grown-up kids in the body. That's why you ain't showing your face. We got Mark, we got Mo, Paul, Adrian, Abraham. You ain't seen a woman yet. You have not, you sold us out. You sell, I mean, that's some shit. I read y'all only half of the people on her list. Hey Marie, only half. It's a lot more, and they are all men because men like their ego stroked. Men like to, what she's trying to say about us, she's really talking about them. We cried wolf about what? I don't know personally. I think WS is the one funding all this decisiveness. Could be. Could be. I didn't want to tell you, I didn't want to tell you guys that tonight I'm going to be saying these things to my bag, guys. Please follow. Everybody, sir, my last post. Generating revenue like a badge wearing extortion expert. Well, let her finish telling. How dare you say women don't need protection because there's nobody bothering you? Well, I'll be damned. I'll be damned. I'll be damned. That's just like me saying, you know what? Nothing happens to men. Of course, things happen to men. I'm not that much. Oh, I'm all about the women that I'm not gonna say. You know what? Men go through stuff too. I would never not say that because I'm so pro woman. I'm not gonna be like, well, men never go through nothing. Men go through shit too. But she is never going to say that. That would never come out of her mouth. See, you can't pay me enough to go against my people. She's done did it. And the women, if you notice, she doesn't have a woman audience. So actually, she's not talking to women. She's talking to get money from men because it'll be more women in her audience. So who is she teaching this to? Who is she talking to? She's not talking to women. Maybe a couple of women here and there that has been accepted by the manosphere and the red pill and all that other crap. You may got a couple of them that may be there, but her job is to satisfy men's egos. So she's really saying things that they want to hear. So that go to show you she ain't nothing but game. That ain't nothing but game, baby. But these men don't love it. She's speaking upon being a liar. You are lying yourself because you're saying stuff that men want to hear. That's game. That is straight up game. That's that hustling mentality. I'm gonna hustle these men out their money by saying things that they want to hear about women. But it's a dangerous game. A dangerous game. None of us is safe unless we have understandings of different opinions. Well, she doesn't have an understanding of different opinions. Her opinion is male love. We have a client speaking now. We need to cage her. She needs that fund for her pancake powder. If they had any women in her chat, they look, Can we put her with that? What is that? Psychiatrist garbage bag of me?
You have excessive uses of sign language. Shame, insult, guilt need to be right. You use it excessively. And you hide behind the guilt situation. Not the guilt, I'm sorry. You hide behind the victimhood.
What happened to the sympathy? What happened to the empathy?
So that you can perpetrate abuse. Let's go there.
Damn, we abuse?
You hide behind the victimhood so that you can perpetrate abuse.
Well, I'll be damned.
Take the therapist.
Mm-hmm.
The recent story of her, did a story on her. She's still doubling down on stupid stuff. You got a whole community of so-called professional Black women that are still backing her. She was verbally abusive towards the general body of Black men.
Oh, God. Oh,
and
my
when
God.
the hammer came down, she's a victim.
Oh, God.
Yes. And her victimhood is supposed to surpass, it's supposed to trump, it's supposed to erase, It's supposed to make nothing of her abusive behavior.
Oh, yeah.
She's abusive.
Anyway.
Thank you, Frederick. Said fear, false evidence appearing real. Saw a video of her in her car whining and crying about her loss of employment, still blaming black men. She's a victim. No matter her abuses that she perpetrates.
All she said is they
Black
need
women
therapy.
are
Damn.
some of the most abusive groups of people that I know.
Who else you know?
They abusive. They are abusive to children. They are abusive to husbands and boyfriends.
But damn.
They are abusive to other family members. They are abusive to associates and acquaintances. They are abusive to co-workers. They abusive.
Damn.
The most notable is the verbal abuse. Her readiness to cuss you out, berate you, and degrade you at a moment's notice and for any slight infraction. They abusive.
I'll be damned.
See, they'll commit any atrocity under the umbrella of being a victim. And just doing what she gotta do to survive. Thank you, Wiggy Wheel. Said it makes sense because men have do I have fight the urge to 1, protect, 2, procreate, 3, problem solve, and offer 4, provision to the people they love. Exactly. It's in them to do it.
It's in them to do it.
Know that. We know that.
We don't know that.
We've been knowing that since the dawn of time. We know that.
We didn't know that shit.
But a hyena is guaranteed to weaponize it one way or the
A
other.
hyena.
Black women are very abusive, specifically verbally. They physically abusive as well. Let's not ignore that part.
I'll be damned.
They abusive. Physically. They'll beat you to the blood run. I got that threat all the time. I beat you to the blood run.
We don't say no shit like that.
Was never laughing when she said it.
We don't say I beat you to the blood run.
Delivered on the promise a few times. You understand me? Physically will attack you. They'll attack a man. They don't care if they got babies. They don't care what the situation is. They will fight physically. And no matter what she do, she a victim. Remember Ray Rice? Remember how he got in trouble?
Oh, Lord.
For giving a knuckle sandwich to his, what was that, his fiance? At the time. Thank you, Chano. Said physically abusive via proxy violence. Proxy violence and direct violence. They will directly attack you.
I'm glad y'all leaving us alone.
Remember when he got in trouble for that? And everybody was like, she the victim, until the full video came out. And the full video revealed that she was the aggressor and the abuser. I'm gonna smack, I'm gonna skibbity pap, I'm gonna spit, I'm gonna do all kind of stuff to you. Cause I'm weaponizing my womanhood. See, I'm weaponizing the fact that you think I'm vulnerable. I'm weaponizing the fact that you think I can't physically hurt you. I'm weaponizing the knowledge that both of us have that if you rear back and hit me one good time, I'm out of there. She shook the dice, blew on him, and gambled one time too many on his kindness and his mercy. Thank you. What is he thinking? So the things that confuse me is how a hyena is both the victim and the heroine at the same time, the aggressor and the oppressed. Houseway. Exactly. She rattled them dice one last time. Mama need a new pair of shoes and came up with snake eyes. She got the skibbity pap of all skibbity paps laid out. Just laid out.
As your goddess.
I'm sure he didn't hit her with his full strength. I'm sure he didn't do it.
How
He
you
didn't
know?
need to.
How you know?
He wouldn't have needed to.
How you know? Tell me this. How you know? If she did all that to him,
But that
he gave her a
incident,
real hit.
regardless of the fact that you could retroactively go back and look and see who the aggressors was, he still lost his position. Ray Rice is one of the premier running backs at that time. Thank you to Renzo. So animals that react in that way are put to sleep and don't need
Oh, put us
drop
to
the
sleep
mic
now.
on that one for y'all to figure it out.
Put us to sleep. Put us to sleep.
Ruin his career.
Mm-hmm.
He was in the middle of his prime in the NFL.
She said we need to be put down,
and
ladies.
Because she wanted to act a fool and weaponize her womanhood and be a victim and an aggressor at the same time, that man's whole livelihood got ruined. He really couldn't show his face nowhere. Regardless of what the video came out and showed. It didn't matter. Life was already ruined. The Ravens had already let him go. Nobody wanted to pick him up again. Nobody wanted to pick him up no more. I don't care what his stats look like. Thank you, Wiggy. Said y'all do know Tina was going upside Ike's head too. Yeah, that was a mutual combat situation.
Because she fought
Even
back.
Tina Turner, when she was commenting one time on the What's Love Got to Do with the movie, she said, no, we was fighting. Because both of them was on drugs, getting high, partying, rocking and rolling, and acting a fool with each other.
Really?
He was just stronger than her. That's all.
Really?
There
Damn.
was two people in a toxic situation. Both of them was toxic.
Oh, Lordy.
She just got tired of it because his skibbity paps was worse than hers. So, you know, it wore her out faster. That's all. Thank you, Eno, the boss said, for real, Goddess, I just dropped one off back at mom's house and she damaged my car trying to get me to get physical because I did time before. Not a chance. Exactly. Thank you, Go-Go. Thank you so much. So remember that lady who got in an argument with her infant in her arms, dropped the baby on the ground to fight the lady. The baby died because she dropped the baby on his head. Fight was more important. Oh, yeah. I believe I did a video about that at that time.
What about all these men that are in gangs that they child end up getting shot for them? We gonna forget about that, right? We're gonna forget about all of these men who have babies. You're speaking upon violence like that. Are we gonna forget about all of the men who rob, steal, be in gangs, and they do what they gotta do for the gang, and then somebody comes and their mother has to pay for it? You know how many mothers are scared because their sons is out there doing something they ain't got no business? Did you speak upon the man that was the baby got popped in the car because they missed the father and got the kid? How many times do we hear that? How many times do we hear babies get caught up in what these men start? Babies sitting in strollers, men holding their babies, but you're not going to get them to act right? See, first of all, a man, once a woman acts a certain way, he can always leave her. If he feels that she's too ghetto or she's too whatever, he can leave her if he was the logical thinking person as she claimed they are supposed to be. If they're logical and they can think better and they are the head, then why are they with somebody that can do all these victimhood stuff to them? So you miss me with that one. You miss me. But if you want to bring up women fighting, okay, Yeah, that's wrong. But that also go for the men who kids get popped up. Because these people out there in the street don't care if you got your kids. See, that's why men violence don't stop. Because nobody checks them. Nobody checked them. Nobody checked their behavior. Nobody checked these quote unquote high value men. Nobody checked their behavior, because what you see on the outside looks sweet. On the inside, that woman is suffering. And that's what you call an overt narcissist. She's the type of woman, if you watch her, but don't watch her. You can watch her on here, but don't watch over there. She's the type of woman that would keep a woman in a narcissistic relationship and make the woman think it's her. She would be a prime example of what you would call a flying monkey. She is a prime example of what you would call a flying monkey that would protect that man for everything that he's done wrong and make it that woman's fault. If the man is so prominent as she say, and if he knew that he have a football, like he know he got a lot to lose. If he knew that girl was cuckoo to luku, why he still with her? Why? Why were they fighting in the elevator? Why did she haul off on him in the elevator? Can you explain that to me? You explain that, okay, she was the aggressor. What popped it off? What popped it off? She just went out of nowhere. Let me fight him in the elevator. Let me tear him up in the elevator to where he just clock up. Like nothing happened. Her feelings wasn't hurt. Her heart wasn't hurt. Nothing was hurt. First of all, you know when you're dealing with certain women, same way when you deal with certain men. Some people are very sensitive and they will hurt you. If you know you messing with one of them type of women, you know, let me not play with her. She's not that type of woman. She will go crazy. So let me find me a woman that's going to put up with my bullshit. That's what you need to find. And them are the women that she is looking for to get to men. That's her job, to find women who put up with bullshit for men to serve their egos. That is her job. But in reality, some women don't know. You better not play with them. You better not. Yes, they'll bust your windows and everything. But they didn't just wake up and say, bust your window. You was playing with their heart. You was playing with their heart and you was playing games and you knew this chick got a temper. So you picked the wrong woman. You supposed to pick the woman that's going to put up with your bullshit. Same way some women too. They play with these men. They play with these men's heart. And these men go cuckoo-luckoo on them. So you gotta choose your battles. A man don't get a pass. He supposed to left her alone. In the beginning, I see this woman really loves me, and I know I'm a player from the Himalaya. I think I better leave her alone. But she ain't gonna teach men that. She's not really teaching men. She's not even teaching women, because women are not her core audience. Women are not her core audience, so she's not even teaching them.
Ruined Ray Rice's whole life, his career. I don't even know what that poor man figured out how to do. She married him too. Yeah.
No, he married
and
her.
You ain't heard no more from her because you stupid.
He married her.
fumbled the bag for me. We could have had a whole bag. But you had to be a victim, didn't you? You had to keep testing me with that, didn't you? Didn't you? I only got so much patience with that. Yeah, Whitney and Bobby. They blame Bobby. Bobby got Whitney on them drugs. Whitney was doing them lines on her own. She got Bobby on them drugs. Let's not act crazy.
She got Bobby
She
on
just
what?
had the image of innocence because that's so records.
She got Bobby on what?
And she had the look to go with it.
No, Bobby.
That was an image that the record company put out about her. She was in the background and going out there and singing. High as a kite. That's why she was always sweating bullets like that. Come on, only a crackhead sweat bullets like that.
All right, but she didn't. Whoa. Bobby didn't beat her. Yes, he did.
Only a crackhead sweat bullets like that. I ain't never seen nobody sweat more bullets than a crackhead. Crackheads is always sweating. I don't care if it's 100 degrees or 100 below. A crackhead gonna sweat.
But she wasn't a crackhead, darling.
And I like Whitney's songs and stuff like that. She could sing and all that. Beautiful voice. She was toxic. She was toxic. Bobby wasn't on that stuff before he got with her. Bobby loved her.
What? Bobby wasn't on what? Bobby was a Mr. Prerogative. Mr. Prerogative himself. You know what? We already know the story. I ain't even got nothing to say. We know the story already. We already know about Bobby and Whitney, but let her carry on. Girl, carry on.
He came out recently and said, had she followed me, had she followed my leadership, she'd still been here. Because I was telling her what to do and what not to do. She was going against me.
Oh,
Every time I had problem solving for her, she went against it.
Everybody know you lying, girl. Everybody know you lying there. Everybody know you lying. Everybody know you lying. Look at your face. You can't say that shit. Sit with
Let
a straight
me cover
face.
this.
Yeah, cover this
as well.
Go on.
Let me cover this part of it as well.
What you smiling for? Some more lies?
Where did Black women learn this behavior? Being a victim and then being able to justify everything that she do behind being a victim. Where she learned that?
I know.
My audience is smart. Y'all should be able to.
I know her mother, right? Her mother. God damn. She learned it from her father. Being a victim and leaving.
White women, feminine. Thank you, Undani, from white survivalist, lost cause. Thought patterns and syndromes and systems. That's where she got that. Because see, white people, when they was coming up with the lost cause and the lost value system during Reconstruction, they had to tell themselves the lie that they were victims of Black people's freedom and everything that would come with that. They were victims of it.
That the white man too.
The government had victimized them by setting the slave free among them. You set an uncivilized people among us and gave us a problem to try to overcome without the construct of chattel slavery. See, we had them under control already. You took that control out of our hand. Now we're a victim. Now we got to come up with a different type of system that does the same thing outside of the written policy of law. But first, we got to tell ourselves the lie.
Oh,
And
Lord.
the lie that we got to tell ourselves is that we are in danger of not surviving them.
So that's what we told ourselves.
And in order to survive,
this is what the black woman told ourselves.
What we gotta do.
This is what the black woman told ourselves.
Doing what I gotta do is the umbrella and the justification. It's all the justification that you need to commit any atrocity on the group that's victimizing you, that's threatening your survival.
Oh, so they threaten our survival.
The burning and the bombing of Tulsa was so egregious. That's why they did it. It was a threat to white survival in this country. We cannot have these darkies, these blackies, these Negroes.
Oh, she missing the CCC
about having a value system that we didn't assign them. They're running around having values that they're giving themselves. They're running around here thinking that they're people. We can't have that. You crazy?
Ultimately, Monday.
So what you're trying to say is us black people had a system in slavery. We had a system before that. Is that what you're saying? We ain't even got the system now, chick. Please.
Lost your mind. You done lost your ever-loving mind, haven't you? It's a threat when they don't have the lost value system / lost cause, and they don't live by it, and they don't believe it. See, we gotta believe it, and then they believe it. And if they're not operating in the lost value system, we don't have control over them. This is why we talk about a value system on the Crimson Cure channel. That's why we were saying that the value system is what actually moves the community forward and gets us on code. Because
the code is submitting to all the black man needs. Not being good to your man, not loving your man, not being a good wife, is being his stair step, is being his all and forgetting about yourself. Obviously, the system is not working. We didn't have no system then, and we don't have a system now. And for you to try to create a system, it's not going to work. Because just like, why you think she is still single? Because she get to have her freedom. Like I say, you is a hustler. She's a hustler. She is a hustler, but not a sophisticated hustler. She know for a fact if she get a man now, then she got to stop accepting money from men. She know that she can't be doing this show because, as what she says, she has to do what the man say. So if the man say, I don't want you, I don't want a bunch of men looking at you, far as on the on the internet because she has a lot of men that look at her. She now has to, this gig is now up. If her man says, no, you can't accept money from women, and remember, her religion itself states that she's not supposed to teach men. So she's not supposed to teach men according to her religion, but her audience is men. So technically, she's not teaching the men, but she's receiving money from men, which she is not supposed to. And this is what keeps her single, is her freedom. The long as I stay single, I can do what I want to do. Because the way she speaks, remember, this is the same woman. Remember Truly? And Nicole and Ms. Rye? She said by 18 years old, you should be on your third child. She said 18 years old, you should be on your third child. Your job. That's why she didn't have no kids forever. For whatever which reason, she didn't have any kids, right? She don't have none. For whatever reason. But she's supposed to be married off again, being a good housewife. So she got on YouTube and made a deal with whoever she chose to make a deal with. Or maybe she started out, talking about, women problems, and then noticed that a lot of men was liking what she was saying, and they said, hey, keep this up. We'll grease your pockets. Keep this up. Keep this up. We love it. We'll grease your pockets. So that's a hustle. That is a hustle. She better go get a Gina man. No, she's not going to get a man now. She's not, because she has too much freedom. Everything that she everything that she tells the next woman to do, if she has a man, that means she now has to do it. She now has to do it. She now got to be in the back burner. She now got to go after his dreams and be his helper and do whatever he wants done. No, when her husband passed away, which I do not play around with, because that I don't joke around with, because the man is gone. But now she has a taste of freedom. She got the taste of freedom. I could do whatever I want and get paid too for men. Shit. So y'all keep believing in the mammy hustler.
Believe it or not, we are on a code right now. It's just the lost value system. We live by that. We got to stop that. And the main reason we got to stop that is because that is in an astronomical rate. Who did they start convicting of any kind of petty crime that they could possibly think of? No matter what it was. Black men. It went on them then, and it continues now, such that we named it the school to prison pipeline and the prison industrial complex. The prisons became privatized. See, I don't want me to go into this.
I know, because of women, right?
With a promise to the state that we'll keep it at least 75% full. Who they fill it with? Black men.
No shit.
When you get out of prison and you've served your time, what's the one thing you can't do? What can't an ex-con do? What can't they do? What
They can vote.
right did they lose?
They can vote again. If you're speaking upon voting, nah.
What's voting?
I knew you was gonna say that, chick, but yes, that law has been changed. They can vote against you. You think I didn't know you was gonna say that, right? They can vote. Certain states. Now I don't know about every state, but certain states, yes, you can vote. You didn't. I guess you didn't know that, right? I guess you didn't know. In certain states, yes, you can vote again. How you know that? Yeah, at one point in time you couldn't, but she didn't know that law in certain states has been changed. And I know in this state, you get your vote, you get that back. Oh, damn it. Damn, I can't say that now, right? Not me, her.
Biological, cultural, or environmental? Which one is it?
Who thought she gonna say? I knew she was gonna say vote. I knew it.
It's environmental. So now that we connect them dots, do we understand? Hopefully we understand why the Black community, if led by Black men, cannot affect change environmentally first. We have to affect change biologically.
She's sharp as a dull butter knife.
We can't work environment back. We got to work biology
exactly,
up.
Miss Hoops.
That's why. Because Black men as a collective group don't have enough voting power. Too many of them are ex-cons, whether it was right or wrong, whether they was wrongly convicted or not. That's why they can't do it. It's not because Black men are inept. It's not because they don't know what good politics are. That's not why. That's not why. Black men aren't inept. They're not politically unaware of what's going on. They're aware of their environment. Black men are very aware of their environment, but they are restricted by and large from making changes starting in the environment. Because you can't even vote.
But then make sure we don't deal with them.
Folk out and you can't vote them in.
Y'all make sure we don't deal with them type of men.
Because they stripped you of that right when they convicted you of a crime, whether you committed that crime or not. You can get exonerated and they're not going to bring them rights back.
You sick of that booty check?
Oh, yeah, and I forgot the right to bear arms. So they strike the Second Amendment from you. Thank you, Emmanuel. So meanwhile, they want illegal aliens to vote. Yeah. Because illegal aliens got a whole different fight going on. They just want to be here. So you can't arm yourself. You don't have the right you lose.
We got to keep it up. We got to keep it up. We got to keep it up. We got to keep this going. Peep this one. Peep this one. Are you ready? I ain't even gonna say shit. Y'all say it in the comments. I did this one before. I should have played the one that I did because I spoke already. But y'all light her up in the comments. Look, she ain't got her makeup and her filter on. See the older video, she ain't got her makeup, her bright lips. She ain't got her earrings. Everything is covered. Now she's showing her ears. She's showing her ears. Now there's no foundation. There's no filter. But here we go.
My perspective. So what we're talking about today is how Black women are using the system, how they're using their education, how they're using their profession against Black men, and really against Black men. I've got a picture that I saw on Twitter that I want to share with you guys, and pictures are worth 1,000 words, but there's also a caption with it. And I just want to share this with you guys just so you can see.
For a kid like
even marks.
If you can see this picture, I'm not able to make this picture any bigger. The caption reads, "A note to all professional Black women. Want to know why you're alone at the top? Look no further than this picture of incoming law class at my alma mater, Howard University. There is a war on Black men in this country, and a lot of our so-called HBCUs are perpetuating it."
Now, she's mad. Yo, you gotta laugh at this chick. She's mad because all of these are women who graduated college. No, she hates the women. Oh, Edwin, girl, I tell girl, now that she's back on my radar, she's back on my radar now. And I left her alone for a long time. I've been good. I have been very good, but she popped up on it. She don't hate the HBSU. She don't like that all the women who graduate, all of them are women in that picture. All of them are women in that picture. She's very upset. Not to mind you, she went to college too. She went to college for like a year or so, but she dropped out. She's far from dumb. She's educated. How the hell do women go to educate themselves and get a professional job? Oh, wait till you hear the bullshit. Miss Hooks, wait till you hear it. No, she didn't go to Harvard. She didn't go to Harvard. Y'all ready? This is what we do. Jesus.
And I agree that a lot of the HBCUs are now perpetuating it just because of this gynocentric slant that everybody's on, the intersectionality, and we've got to have diversity. And diversity nowadays doesn't just mean mix Black people in with white people. It means more women than men. Specifically, if you're going to talk about it by race, we're going to have more Black women than Black men, because supposedly Black women are this marginalized group of people. And if you can see this picture, I don't know if you can make it bigger for yourself on your screen or whatever, but I can't make it any bigger on mine. The group of people here is overwhelmingly women. There are some men sprinkled in here. If you're able to look closely, there are some men in this picture, but very few in a sea of women, in a sea of Black women. And this is disturbing because not only are the HBCUs culprits, Black women themselves are actually culpable as well in this. And what I mean by that is, see, that was law. And it's very important that a lot of Black women are entering into law. And they're entering into law school because you know what you do with a law degree, you become a lawyer. And becoming a lawyer is a pathway to becoming a judge if that's what you want. A lot of the Black women who become lawyers and judges do so in family law, right? When we talk about divorces, when we talk about child custodies and child support and all of this sort of thing, the Black women who enter into law, many of them enter into that for family court. I see so many billboards all over the place with Black women who have law firms or part of law firms, and they say their specialty is divorces, child custody, etc., etc. And even I read an article, I forget which video it was, where it was this one lady and she was like, I'm the Black woman's lawyer for divorce or whatever. Like, I help Black women with their divorce. And this is troublesome and problematic for several reasons. First of all, you're accepted at the law school at a much higher rate than Black men are, not because the Black men don't apply and not because they're not qualified, but because of the so-called oppression of Black women and as Blacks. Remember, we talked about intersectionality. They are accepting Black women at a significantly higher rate than Black men to increase so-called diversity in the law fields, right? Which we don't really have a whole lot of Black lawyers and judges all over the place to begin with all of the time. And you would think that Black women entering into these fields, or Black people at all entering into these fields, would be helpful for Black people, because this country notoriously has had a history of the judicial system being completely against Black people and specifically Black men. Numerous tales of Black men get railroaded, serving time for crimes they didn't commit at all, serving time for, trumped up charges, serving time over and above what other people serve time for the same act, and all of these different things. So we're anywhere from unreasonable judgments against Black men to completely lies against Black men. So many tales, too many to get into. So many stories of Black men being released after 30 years, 40 years, 50 years. Remember the story of Khalif Browder, who didn't commit any crime, served all those years and came out. He was so depressed that he committed suicide. So many Black men over the course of many, many decades in this country being railroaded in the judicial system. You would think that Black people actually entering into those fields would be a boon to Black people, especially to Black men who get churned in and out the system more than any other demographic of men. The problem with it is that it's more Black women entering into them fields with Black men, and Black women openly practice misandry against Black men. They openly will say at any point in time that they hate Black men. And they can actually do that and maintain their jobs because Black men are not a protected class. And as a matter of fact, Black men don't mean anything in this country to anybody. So you can't say anything about Jews, you can't say anything about LGBT, you can't say anything about women, but you can say anything that you want about heterosexual Black men. Right? So you can actually be a judge or something and probably type something on Twitter about how you hate Black men, and nobody will come for you because it's not important if you hate Black men or not. But what happens is it becomes problematic when these same misandric women enter into fields that directly affect the lives and livelihood of Black men. Do you understand? Are you connecting the dots now? If she is the lawyer for divorce, she's automatically going to take the case of the woman. What? She's going to take her side in that case. Really? And she's going to go through every loophole in the law she can find to take that man for everything that he has.
Did you hear what she you know what, lady, please. Lady, I'm not going to rewind it. But she said if the woman is a lawyer, well, duh, if she's working for the woman and she's a lawyer, she's supposed to take him for everything that she is her lawyer. The same way if the man hires a woman, it ain't like she gonna throw the case. Like I'm gonna sit here. Like remember, people hire you according to how you win cases, not how you lose cases. How you doing, she girl 44? Welcome. So I'm not gonna throw my case because I don't like men. You sound stupid as usual. You say stuff that makes no sense. There's no way I'm gonna be a lawyer and I'm going to throw my case because I don't like men. No, I like me. I like my family. I like my money. So I'm going to try to win as many cases as I can so I can move up. What you're saying doesn't make no sense at all. And if it's a woman judge, a judge can only do but so much because the person is tried by their peers. The person is tried by their peers. Girl, I don't know what hole she came out of. Thank you. I'm like whoever will win for me. Exactly. Look, I can't. Y'all let me know where she going. She thinks she's smart with them Amazon glasses. Oh God. That's what I say. What she says make act, but you know what? To men that pay her, it sounds really good. It sounds really good, but it makes no damn sense. If a woman is paying me, of course, if I'm representing the client, my job is to win, not to. I don't give a damn who on the other side. I got paid to be a lawyer, so it's not like if a man let me. Well, you know what? I got this man hired me for a job, and I'm gonna lose it because I don't like men. So I'm gonna throw his case, so I can have an L on it. Lady.
Let him have a couple of dollars. He's gonna be ruined. Or if it's a child support situation, child custody situation, she's going to fight tooth and nail to make sure that that child doesn't really have any contact with that father, but also that he's giving the maximum amount of money.
So a female judge, she accuses female judges of making sure that the man get maximum money but don't see the child, which is two entirely different cases. Child support case is one case. A man seeing his child is another case. There are two different cases. I can't say, you know what? Give this woman your whole paycheck and you don't get a chance to see the kid unless the woman wants you to see the kid. That's not reality. That's not reality. And whoever's listening to this bullshit, as usual, her audience is not women, or her audience is not people that think logically like men are supposed to, but they are logical. Them are two different cases. That man now has to take her to court and get visitation rights or whatever he wants to get.
Into child support, and she's going to pursue every form of punishment, legal punishment that can be pursued if he misses payments, or he claims he can't pay, or he claims he can't live because the payments are too much, and therefore he's finding it difficult, even though he's maintaining employment, he's finding it difficult to eat and stay sheltered and stuff like that, and pay the exorbitant amounts of fees, pay her lawyer fees, his lawyer fees, all the court fees, this, that, and the third. She's going to do that. If the judge is a black woman in those cases, she's going to side 9 times out of 10 against that man, just because of the misandric gynocentric viewpoint that Black women live their lives in. This
Right.
is how they utilize education and the system against Black men. See, it's not just the women that are taking you to court. It's the women in the court. It's the Black women that are in the court that's causing the problem.
Damn.
It's a control mechanism against Black men. And really, it keeps the families fractured, because for the Black women who are judges in those situations, I don't find any statistics or anything that says that she's going to have a little bit more leniency or a little bit more empathy or understanding to try to keep a Black family together. She's not going to use her platform, her station, her position to make it better as best as she can. She's not going to use it. She's not going to say, you know what, I'm not going to approve of any type of thing that stops these children from being with their father. And if he comes to the court and he complains that you aren't allowing him proper visitation according to these documents, you're in trouble, ma'am, because we're not going to do this. She's not going to use that station for the best interest of the child. She's going to use that station as for the best interest of the other Black woman. Because they use this stuff to support each other in the foolishness and support each other in the destruction of the Black community, the Black family, and everything else. And for the uplifting and empowerment, girl, you got to get the bag. We're going to make sure.
Hello. If the Black family was already effed up. That's why she went to child support. No, she can't save the family. They broke up already. They're not together anymore. So the family structure, it has already been broken by the man or the woman in the relationship. That's why she's going to child support. How do you want a judge? How do you want a judge to fix it? You want the judge to say, hey, now I'm going to give y'all 50-50. So that's going to fix the Black union. The Black union is already broken. How is she supposed to fix it? By saying, y'all get back together now. He's not going to give you nothing for that kid. Y'all get back together. Okay, Sarah. She's not going to fix it. She can't. How do you fix something that's broken? Why do you think they're in court? Oh, silly. Somebody else said that too. She lying. I know she lying. She big time lying.
You know what I'm saying? We're going to try to get this particular judge because we know this particular judge thinks a certain way and is going to take the case a certain way. So we're going to try to avoid this judge, get into this judge, or, you know what I'm saying, the Black women are starting to realize that they can try to find a Black female lawyer, and she's going to be just as gynocentric. She's not going to just deal in the law. She's going to be like that sister girl stuff, like, girl, I got you. You know what I'm saying? We're going to both take this dude down, you know, or whatever the case may be. Or even if she's in criminal cases, she's not going to try to place steps where the Black man is going to be rehabilitated, even if he's a minor, even if he's a young Black man, and this is maybe a non-violent crime or something like that, or even just reasonable sentences. Okay, he's a criminal. He got caught. He's having his day in court.
Well, how many courts have you been in? For you to say all of that, well, how many courts have you sat in and seen this happen? I'm not talking about no damn hearsay. I'm not talking about what your men that support you. I'm not talking about what they say. I'm saying, how many courts have you sat in and seen where men were done dirty? Even she even brought up the criminal law. So I'm a judge, and because I'm a woman and a male comes in front of me, I want to destroy him? That sounds ridiculous. That sounds stupid. Do you know that women have men kids? it sounds so stupid that that's just like one of our kids, God forbid, got to go to the court. We would want the judge to have mercy. So no, we don't. Women don't think like that because women have kids, which happens to be males. So our mind is not to get the man, but it's your job to prove it. But everything you said makes no sense. It makes absolutely no sense. They're just doing their job. She wants chaos between. Yeah. Mm-hmm. All my life, I had to fight. Oh, let him beat me. All my life. But we'll let her continue.
Fine. Okay, you're the judge. Just if you don't have to throw the book here for everything, just give them a reasonable sentence. White judges and white lawyers do it all the time. They're in those positions to help their people. That's why they want to be in them positions, because we're going to help our people above helping anybody else. Black women don't get into those positions for that reason. They use that position as a control mechanism for Black people. They control the narrative. They try to control as best they can the trajectory of Black men's lives into destruction. See, these are the things nobody's going to talk about. These things have direct impacts for the family, which is already in trouble. The Black family is pretty much almost crumbled to the ground. She's not coming in to utilize the education that she had and the career path that she chose and her position as a lawyer or judge or whatever to say, you know what, I'm going to use this as best I can to try to fix what I see as broken in the Black community. So I'm not going to make rulings that are specifically there to tear down. I'm going to make better rulings that are going to help these families come back together, or at least have some functional co-parenting going on. At least at the very minimum, I'm not going to be so incredibly biased in favor of the woman.
Damn.
I'm going to, at minimum, try to actually be fair in my judgments and my rulings according to the cases that come before me. Definitely. It's there to uphold the misandrous slant on the law and how laws are applied and how judges judge on those laws and how they rule a case according to that. Black women are even in other fields, when they go into psychology, when they go into sociology, they're going into social work, to help Black women in their foolishness. Girl, we gonna help you sign up for this type of thing and that type of thing, and we gonna help you get this, and we gonna calculate that. Just helping in the foolishness. You're not getting into these platforms to make better. You're getting into them to make it worse and to exacerbate the situation.
Damn.
So sound off in the comment section. Do you agree that this is how Black women are utilizing the system of education against Black men? Sound off in the comment section. Like, share, subscribe to the...
Let's see what they say. Let's say. Edwin says, myself and another Black male were students of paralegal studies at Ivy Tech Community College. We were treated very differently by groups and staffs. Even the Black women of the honor society that we belong to talk to us disrespectfully. Most of these Black women are in sororities. These sororities are organized to subvert Black male authority. Y'all ain't got no damn authority, men. Stop. I know y'all want it really bad, but you ain't got it. Another man. Oh, we got one girl, Redbone. Redbone says, we got one female. I don't care how many degrees. Sad reality is most of them in debt from student loans, living beyond their means, trying to keep up with the next woman. I'm in competition with black men. Oh, shut up, girl. Another man. Glad you brought this up. These women did this for the bag. What do you think they supposed to do it for? Empty pockets? Judges are supposed to judge righteously, which is supposed to be part of our spiritual value. These judges keep sliding with the women. It makes a lot of sense to me after seeing the Judge and Botham Jean case. Great content. Another man. Here go another man. There's no threat to the American government and system by educating black women. Actually, it's more beneficial to educate black women because it makes an illusion of progress and prosperity for black people. So it's an illusion. And mercy, mercy me. I have had firsthand experience with this terrible, horrible situation. All these are men, all the men, you are correct. Another man, make it Biggie. I think you're 100% right. All these are men. I tell y'all all the time, her audience, her pure audience is men. Now, we're going to see. I know I love my famous. Y'all can say what y'all want. If all judges did that, my brother would not have full custody of his children. Bam, tell it. Tell it, tell it, tell it. And y'all know I love my famous. I love my famous. Hi.
But stream, which I really do appreciate because it allows for more intimacy in terms of our ability to communicate. So yeah. And I will explain something about why you cannot find the other live stream, that why I think it is so fundamentally important that we go to school and we get an education. If you don't go to school and you don't want to get an education, know that this is not an indictment on you. Know that it is not me saying that you are worth less than anyone else. I think part of the beauty of America, for me at least, is you get to carve your own path, be your own person, create your own life, right? And to the extent that you can do so without an education, do so without an education. Know that this channel is not one that is going to be advocating for not going to school. I am sorry. I do recognize a lot of us don't have to. And I will invite people who didn't go to school, uni, and who did well, and so they can also be inspirations for people who don't want to take that route and do not want to go to school. But know that I fundamentally believe in the values of university. I think a formal education is a good thing, not just for the job prospect, but just to develop as an individual. So you will never have me, it just won't happen. It will never happen where I'm advocating don't go to school. It does not mean, again, that I think less of you if you don't go. I don't. I think there are benefits to not going, but I'm someone who likes school. And part of the reason I was so vehemently opposed to the manosphere is that principle of telling Black women not to go to school. They didn't say don't go to school, but it is this idea that your education do not matter, as if the only measure for whether or not something matters is whether or not you are quote unquote dateable to people who literally you would hopefully these people are people you would not want to date anyways. So it's interesting because the people who claim education doesn't matter and a woman education doesn't matter and a woman education doesn't add value in terms of the quote unquote sexual marketplace are anyone who uses sexual marketplace in terms of talking about male female relationship. I would assume, look, I would assume no one here would date them. Look, if you are here and you would date someone who speaks about male-female relationship in terms of sexual marketplace, if you would date that person, I feel bad for you. I'm sorry. If we're talking, y'all said you want me to be honest. Well, this is me being honest. The only person, a great lesson in being ethical. So, oh, thank you. The only person that would say your education doesn't matter in terms of dating you or dating, the only person who would say it, even if it's true for people who wouldn't say it, the people who would say it are low self-esteem people who are looking for someone to be beneath them. They are people who are very much insecure about their own position in the world, and they're looking for someone to be beneath them, or they're on the internet trying to downplay your ability to achieve something that they could not achieve themselves. Now, are there people with education who are going to say this? Yes, there are. Those people are also insecure. A man with money is not going to care. A man who is principled and who understands himself would not care. The reality is, if you actually did not care, you would have gone out into the world and go find someone with the qualities that you want instead of talking about the ones who do not have the qualities you claim you want. No, they're mad. They're big mad. So that's just that on that. Now, Demas, you got the anecdotals for us today. Yeah, no. Wait, we're going to get into those videos. Those shorts were very, very much important. By the way, please don't respond to men in the chat talking about anything. To the extent that they're trying to derail the conversation, please don't respond to them. Moderators, and this is probably the only time women are going to be blocked who are not doing anything wrong. If the pink pill talk about it. All right. So watch this video and then we'll get into it.
Von Burton.
Tina, nice to meet you.
No, what's your real name though?
Tina.
That's D.
Yes.
I don't really like older women like that, but I might be able to make an exception for you.
Oh, you like them younger, huh?
What are you doing single?
What am I doing single?
Why you act like you ain't been thinking about that all night last night?
No, because I was just thinking about how I'm loving myself.
Can you be a sugar mama to a P or what?
I would never be a sugar mama, but you can be my sugar daddy. What is it that you do?
That's deep. That's deep. I don't do much. You know, I just clip my fingernails.
Oh, so you're a nail tech?
No. I just clip
Lucky for you. I have a salon and I'm looking for a nail tech.
Word.
So I can hire you and you can work for me.
A nail tech?
I'm trying to hire you though. I got a job.
Tell me about the job requirements.
It's a blow job, so Marquette Devon Burton.
Wait, let's just do it. So under that post, there was this comment, right? It says, comes off too headstrong, too prideful, like to belittle others, thinks no one is good enough for her, and is very arrogant, also likes to shame others, others complete bag of red flags, right? And the caption on it is, how to deal with disrespectful woman. Ha, got him. At what point was this woman disrespectful to him?
Not at all.
I am very confused.
He was the one who was being disrespectful. I mean, what was the purpose of the interview? Because was the purpose of the interview
exactly
date from her, or
what was the purpose? Why you don't have a
What
man?
was the purpose?
You've been thinking about that
So-
all night. What?
These men are using the Kevin Samuels and the Fresh and Fit scheme to build platforms and go viral. Someone said we can't hear her.
You can't hear me? Can I get closer?
Can you speak again? Can you hear her now?
La 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 la. Can you guys hear me?
I can hear you. I can hear. Some people can hear. We can hear. All right. So, first of all, I think we should all divest from podcasts as a general matter, even if that means divesting from this one. Here's the issue. Here is the issue that I'm having. A lot of these women are going on these platforms, and I'm not sure if it is to
Embarrass themselves.
to provide a different perspective. I think I'm on in your background, Pinkville. I'm not sure if it is to offer a different perspective, if some of them like to be humiliated. I am not sure why people are doing this.
That's
But
my
at this
question.
point, I don't care anymore. I think you should just stop going on these people's platform because they don't care. But I think it's interesting because I've had a lot of men come on this show and say, these women like to put their jobs first. They like to lead with their degrees. They like to put it in your face. And when you ask an example of it, this is essentially what happens. You say something disrespectful and they say, no, I have my own. And that to a lot of men is disrespectful. And so I don't appreciate, go ahead, you're muted. You're muted, Pinkville. Yeah.
Okay. I'm just not on it today with the technology. I'm sorry. Can you guys hear me?
Yeah, perfectly.
It's like it feels like you're just supposed to be flattered and be so grateful that any man of any caliber.
I know a couple of
wants
other ones,
you
but
to
I
give
just
you
like
any type of
things.
attention. Okay, and we're all supposed to play dumb so that we can get down to your level instead of coming up on the level. It is so ego driven, and it's a pathetic kind of ego, because it's an ego rooted in insecurity and inferiority. And in order, basically, they like to do that. And it's giving red meat to the audience. So they're not really doing that for her. They don't really mean that. I'm sure this is all for show. They were doing that for the audience of men who cannot get dates, cannot get laid, never had a girlfriend. They're angry about it. They have no idea how to, and they're angry and frustrated. So what they love to see is the objects of their desire humiliated.
Yeah.
That's what it boils down to. So it's it gives them this dopamine rush. So what they're doing is just feeding these guys with these neurotransmitters of dopamine, of the reward of seeing that woman that they can't date be put in her place.
Yeah. And so when you hear people talk about your education, your jobs and all of that do not matter, the reason why you should listen to them is because it makes no sense. Not on an individual level, not on a community level, and definitely not on a national and the country-wide level. It is absolutely useless. The fact is, it is coming purely from pride, as Pink Pill said, and insecurity. Those two things should never come together to create any theory, right? But with that, I'm going to provide for you examples of why you should go to college. So I'm going to play last night. I'm terrible at the little YouTube shorts. what I use them as is just to add random things that I'm watching. So here's what I was watching last night, and I put some of the shorts up, and I'm going to play it, and nothing is useful in these clips outside of the fact that they are examples of why you need to go to school and you need to not listen to these men, because these men, if going to school was easy and everyone could do it, they would probably be doing it. But you can tell from listening to them that they're not about to do that. And it's very annoying that these are the people trying to lead the charge, telling you shouldn't go to school. Demas, my older brother, told me it's called nagging, where they disrespect women they're interested in. They disrespect women they're interested in. It only works with women with no self-esteem, though. It works with a lot of people.
No, yeah, it can work. This is not exactly how it's applied. Do you want to? I mean, I can.
No, you can't. Before you do, I'll let you do it. But we were reading a book. It's a bunch of essays, and we haven't done the full video, but this is one of the theories in one of the essays. And I'll talk to you about it in a while, but go ahead, Pink Bell.
So negging is a way, it is meant to shake your self-esteem and your confidence. That is absolutely right. They will try to poke at anything that could possibly make you insecure, and then be the source of alleviating that. So say, for example, if I was out on a date with a guy and he said, I don't usually date women as dark as you, but you know what, you're just so pretty, so I'm gonna make an exception. That's negging. So he's saying something negative to throw me off my square, but he's saying he's going to make this exception. So he's like, so you feel grateful to him, because he's like, okay, you're not sufficient. You're normally not what I would choose, but I'm going to make an exception for you. So you're already working to try to be enough. He's already got you working extra time to try to be good enough. And that's the position they want you in. They want you in an inferior position where you don't feel as confident, but they also want to be the source of your comfort. So he basically punched me in the face and then caressed where he punched me. So he went, pow. Aww.
Yeah. I hope that made sense. There's literally nothing more for me to add to that, so I appreciate that. Thank you. All right. So the first video, this is going to be from one stream. You're pretty for a dog. Yeah, that's a perfect example. Or I don't usually, like Pink Pill just said, I don't usually date blah, wish you are, and they're going to quote, make an exception for that, wish you are. Mm-hmm. So here's the first example. You ready?
Here we go.
Just listen. You might not be able to see this very well, but it's okay. Just listen.
Why do we do this? Why do we do this? Week in and week out, we all act like we some damn scholar academics who are well trained and just pulling up stats and data and statistics. Like, we can't go outside and see shit with our own eyes or ask people and get. I hear you with the anecdotal. I'm with you. I got plenty of anecdotal. When I talk to my young bloods, I literally talk to them from a lot of anecdotal, because I done been through this shit and I don't want y'all to go through it. What I don't understand, what's been proven time after time for the last 2-3 weeks, what the fuck are we doing, fam?
All right. So this is a person who don't know what anecdotes are, I'm assuming. That's just one. We're going to get into some more. I was watching this live stream. There was a lady on there named Kay, and she is really smart. She was on here with you, Pink Pill, 2 days ago. Yeah, and so the way they dismiss her and her approach to conversation is to demonize her for attempting in their mind to be an intellect, to have intellect, to be an intellectual. And it's very interesting because the anti-intellectualism in our community does in fact run deep. Like to the point where people are being shamed for saying, hey, I know that's your experience, but what I am asking about is the community. Is there a way for us to generalize about the community? And can your personal experience be that? And she's saying, no, we need research. And that alone blow. I mean, he's just using anecdotal very much. I'm not even going to. At this point, these men are Sour Patch Kids. Remember, commercial conditioning for abuse.
But you know, it is true. You know, they'll, if you, oftentimes Black women will have issues, and they'll, you know, relationship issues related to how the men are treating us, et cetera, et cetera. And then you'll have somebody come in and say, well, you know, who y'all been dating? And that's none of my experience, and all the men I know, blah, blah, blah. And I'm like, okay, so your father, your cousins, your uncles aren't like that. So if your father, your cousins, and your uncles aren't like that, then it just must not, that just must apply to everybody, right? Like just throw the whole swath. Like nobody's like that because your cousin's uncle and father isn't like that. And but that's the argument. And it's sort of like, well, what's wrong with you where you are that you're seeing this, because I'm up here and I don't see any of that. This is typical. It's completely typical.
Yeah. I mean, again, nothing further to add. Let me, maybe if people went to school, they could have done this. Let's do this.
I blame the school system. I think the school system is trash anyway, but that's another thing.
I mean, I think that's good. This had me up in arms. Welcome, Danielle. I think I missed the super chat. I apologize. All right. Actually, you want to know what's interesting? What I'm waiting to see in the chat, please, again, ladies, do not respond to this. Moderators, be ready to block. It's interesting because what I was waiting to see, because these men, you know you have an incel when they comment in the chat, but I haven't seen it yet, so I'm not going to say they did it. But they're saying, oh, these student loans, I haven't seen anyone said these student loans.
I know, right? Meanwhile, the credit card balance is $15,000.
Right? As if there isn't such thing as good debt and how you can leverage debt to actually. Anywho, I was waiting, but I mean, we're how many? 45 minutes into the show, and I haven't seen anyone say, any of the men say, student loan,
blah, blah, blah. Why do you want to take on your debt? Meanwhile, their car payments cost more than their rent.
Wait, someone said, John. Well, I said what I said, so if you said it, if the cap fit, I am sorry. Someone said, laughing, Archmel, are you saying there's no such thing as good debt? Because I'm pretty sure that means you haven't taken an economics class. Is that what you're laughing at? I'm asking you because is that what you're saying? Please, before you make comments, if I say a phrase that you don't understand, please go Google it so you don't be like this person right here. You can literally, like, instead, look, let me do it. I'm not going to drag you, but instead of making a complete fool of yourself by attempting to laugh at someone who just said something that you don't understand, go pick up an Economics 101 book. No, you don't have to go that far. Literally Google it. literally Google I said a phrase, you've never heard the phrase. Instead of making a complete fool of yourself by repeating it with a LMAO at the front, Google it. And say, oh, you know what? I didn't know what this was. I should learn this. You should have. You're the same person who said you would not date a woman with a home. This explains a lot about your mentality. you probably should have Googled good debt. Like literally should have Googled good debt before you posted this. And this is the problem. You guys are so arrogant and unabashed in the way that you do ignorant things online. You don't know, you obviously don't know what this is. You obviously didn't understand the phrase. Why make fun of something that you don't understand? Why not go look it up first and then come back and say, oh, well, you didn't have to admit that you learned anything. You could have just learned something in the privacy of your home, never actually having to admit that you didn't know it. But now you look like a complete idiot because you are going to laugh at good debt. You are laughing at good debt without even looking it up. Really? Economics 101, man. Like
Reason 1177 why I blame the educational system.
I mean, so much power is in the palm of your hands. So much power is in the palm of your hands. You can literally Google this. Lifetime earning of college graduate remains higher than high school graduate, regardless of Oh, no. Yes, law firm. I'm about to go. We're going to pull up some charts in a moment. Like, we're going to do this. We're going to do this at this point. Because these people need to be learned, to be not taught, but to be learned. Black women often struggle with education debt because their household incomes are lower because of who they partner. Exactly. And even though there is a struggle with debt, there is this understanding that the life and the experience of these people are better than those who don't have it and are not partnered. And even those who are partnered in the Black community aren't doing well. So this idea that you have debt doesn't actually mean anything if the entirety of your life increases. The ways in which you're experiencing life increases for the better. Terrible word choice that I just used. It's giving I will never date a woman with house. Very much so. It is very much giving that. What's the saying? It's better to be taught a fool than to speak and remove all doubt. Mm-hmm. I get it. I forgot this thing. I'm terrible at being loud and wrong is your true currency. We're about to hear someone else loud and wrong. Orange Bill does have a degree in nursing, he claims. This has not been verified. That's not the education system. That's poor reasoning skill. Period. All right. Let's get into some poor reasoning skills.
All right, so from a biological standpoint, women are naturally oxytocin driven, which is the bonding hormone. Men are naturally dopamine driven, which is the wanting more hormone. More money, more women, more whatever, more attention. What? And as women start to sleep with more men, you see them start to want more attention.
What?
Like when you just think about the type of women that are always shaking their ass on social media, those are usually whores. Why? Because they have gotten from being oxytocin driven to now dopamine driven. So the more attention, the more different things that women want, that is more or less,
shut up.
She's out of like her natural nature.
Woman,
so nurture has taken over nature, and nurture isn't just mom and dad, is her actual actions. And she's literally taken herself. All right, so.
Okay, so is he suggesting that
I don't know,
all the sperm she receives is reducing the amount of oxytocin and increasing the dopamine, or what is exactly is he saying? I'm not
one could make a very terrible argument that the higher levels of dopamine in men as a general matter and the higher levels of oxytocin in women somehow causes these differing outcomes. But then he went on to explain how socialization creates a difference, right? So within the confines of his own explanation, he disrupted any kind of biological argument he was making.
Yeah, he was right at the first part, and then he lost me at the rest.
I mean, to say he was right at the first part, I wouldn't completely agree.
Well, yeah, I mean, listen, we both have, everybody has levels of oxytocin, and the neurotransmitters, dopamine, adrenaline, etc., norepinephrine. Yes, we all have them, and to some degree, this is kind of off the topic, but oxytocin is more influenced in the female brain because when women have an orgasm, they release that hormone a lot of it, and it sticks around for a while, which is why it's hard to forget, guys. That's why I tell you, maybe you want to wait, not trying to be moralistic or religious, but because your brain is literally trying to trick you into having a baby. And it's doing that by making you think that you're in love with this person, and it is also making you think and it's also making you ignore red flags. Men have that level of oxytocin release after sex too. It just is not as persistent. But as far as reward driven and being assertive, combined with testosterone, I can kind of see the theory, but then the rest, he lost me. That's all.
Yeah. And so when women, there is in his world, there is a biological imperative that cannot be overcome, yet it is being overcome in his same world, right? Mm-hmm. And the whole theory falls apart because in his explanation, he's saying women can become, quote unquote, more dopamine driven. So if socialization can cause there to be an issue, then maybe it's not completely biological and that women are driven by, look, I feel like I had to stop myself. I feel like I'm spending too much time explaining something that Mr. Let Go said. I'm not about to do that. All I'm showing you is why you need to go to school and not depend on these people to teach you anything about anything. They cannot teach. Literally, he said he is an attachment coach.
Oh my God.
On this live. And they said, oh, this has to do with psychology, right? And he was like, yes, fine, great, you're doing good. Someone said, wait, where did you get your credentials? He was like, oh, I read 70 books. Period. So you just read some books and you decided this is what you're going to do, period.
Mm-hmm. He saw some YouTube videos.
Yeah.
He read that book Attached.
Yeah.
And he's an expert now.
I work with Big Law in Manhattan. First year associate starting in 2 weeks, fresh out of law school. Hey, welcome to Big Law. Well, do not put your salary out there, Foxy. Thank you. I've removed your comment. I would actually retract this. I don't think you should, whatever. I think Big Law.
I just want to say, congratulations, girl. Woo!
Big Law, you can just Google and the pay scale doesn't change. So, it is what it is. But congrats. Welcome to the Big Law life. It's not fun, but I hope you like it. It is really not fun, but I congrats. Congrats to you.
I love it. That's
so,
what I'm talking about.
Yeah, no. These women are out here doing the thing while these men are sitting on podcasts.
This is why they're mad. I mean, literally, they're like, well, that means if I can't control her money, and if she just wants sex and she can get it anytime she wants, well, what do I do? And that's the crux of all of this is that I need to be needed. And everybody wants to be needed. I get it. We all, not normal, malfunction, maladjusted. And also, these are the same people that say your education degree don't matter. But if they are undereducated, if they don't have a high school diploma or they just have a high school diploma, they have the highest levels of employment security. They have employment insecurity. So the same men who are telling you your education doesn't matter are often the same men who make less money and have the most job insecurity. So basically, they're saying, submit to me while I lead you off a cliff.
Exactly.
And ain't nobody's doing that.
Yeah.
It's ridiculous.
They don't even respect themselves enough to get a skilled trade.
Exactly.
I'm an LPN. Congrats, not an RN. And I just bought my period. Well, we know Orange Pill is not gonna want to date you. He's married. So good. But congrats. I love to hear this. How come black men were not CNAs during COVID-19? Thank you. It is. I think it's an interesting thing. I think, and there are people who are like, okay, let me address a group of men that I think exists. I think there are a group of men that actually are concerned with the community. Then I think I'm not going to address them. Actually, let's go to the people. There are men who are going to come and say, I just want you to know that the moratorium is going to be lifted, or that there is debt, and that you're going to have to pay this debt back. Those are the same men who are in the manosphere dragging you. Do you actually believe they care? Do you actually believe they care, or do they just want to put it in your face that you might have debt? Think about this. Why? Oh my, can you speak? I need to plug my computer in. I literally was talking and
What happened? What do you need?
My computer. I need to plug in my computer. Can you read the super chat and respond to it if you have to?
You don't need student loan debt. You need a standing account with Hafez for a suit. And this was by Smiles Accepted, $10. Thank you for the super chat. Okay. All right. So I'm going off the cuff here.
I did it.
You did it? Okay.
Yeah. Not Hafiz's suit.
Yes. And then, so how do you pronounce that? Hafiz?
Oh, I'm glad. The fact that you don't know how to pronounce that is beautiful.
Yeah, I don't. Yeah.
It is a human person who makes content, and he's selling suits that are threaded with success for men. If you started adding majors and minors to my degree, I was the
echo chamber. Nobody challenges the ideas. Once they get out of he's been so successful that
legally is a land on its own. They just do what they want.
They're bad over here. They do what they want to do. They make up their own stuff, and we just have to go along with it.
You are not used.
My parents before I graduated high school, so I had to figure out a lot of ways to. Oh, thank you. I'm someone who had a community that would not let me not come to school. Like literally, people came by my house to come pick me up, and I graduated from a high school that had a 99% graduation rate, gang members and all. And so I think that when you have at least one person like rooting for you, when you have a mentorship, it puts a lot of pressure on you to, in a good way, to not want to fail them and fail yourself. Additionally, I would say that the ups and downs of working in the media space, especially when I started out, is a lot of times you're going to find yourself being the only Black woman in a room. And the positive of that is you start to
make me a baby mama. I was an ex-wife on equal footing. So when I got divorced, my life didn't drastically change because I didn't have somebody to carry me. I went on and bought my own house and doing my own thing. And I just think you position yourself better. You know, a lot of women, they want to marry well, and that is great. But sometimes those marriages, and it's not even necessarily a fault of any person. People just change. And sometimes marriages don't last, and you need to be in a position to continue your life and live in the comfort that you are accustomed to by your own hand. So that's mainly my whole thing about college.
Period. It's
I wanted to
period.
say, I wanted to also piggyback on that too.
Wait, before you do, Miss Blue Love, thank you, welcome, and shout out to everyone who went to an HBCU. I'm a bit jealous of you. Go ahead, Pink Pill.
I was just wanting to piggyback on what the previous speaker said, in that being educated and the men who don't want you to be also want to limit your options in that regard. They want you trapped in these marriages where they have this power, and they want to feel like they want you to feel like you don't have any options,
right?
Once you leave the relationship, so you have to stay in the relationship.
Absolutely.
Because it will spiral you into poverty. And so that's just another thing to think about, is that the way in which these messages are so insidious. Because they really don't want you to have, they want to have power over you, but they also want you to be powerless, to escape however they treat you. And you are completely at their mercy in terms of whether they treat you well or not. And they know that.
And I have friends.
Wait, no. Pause. Please stop interacting with these men in the channel. It is not worth. I don't get it. It is not worth your time. Think about it. Do you actually care what any of these men over here are saying right now? No. Stop interacting with them. They're absolutely useless for this conversation. Absolutely they are. If there is a man right now commenting that your education doesn't matter or trying to explain intelligence or intellect, do not, I repeat, do not respond to them. Moderators, please time out people who are doing it. Please. I don't have time. I do not have time to sit here and feel bad about someone because they're wasting so much energy trying to explain to men who literally do not care. These people do not care. Their sole purpose over here right this very moment is to make you feel bad for being educated. You guys are women, are way too educated to be falling for the trap of these men. Don't explain yourself. You don't, let's be clear. Again, you don't like them. I know you would never date this person. You would never be friends with this person. Don't let this channel include them in your vortex. Reject them. Absolutely reject them. Do not engage with them, particularly on this topic. And I'm saying it about this topic because it is a very insidious thing. When you start, and you might not even know you're doing it, when you start questioning your value and the value of that which you have obtained, it is something that eats away at you continuously. This stream is to push back against that. It is not to give them space to question anything. They can go question themselves in their dream. They can go question their life choices. They can question their father. They can question their brother, their uncle. Let them go question themselves and each other. If I misspoke on here, which I didn't, let them question me and let me ignore them because I don't have time or patience. I will pick out a random comment and I'll react to it to make fun of it. I'm not about to sit here and legitimize any of these men who are out here crying that women are educated and they aren't. I'm not about to do that. Please don't do it. Don't do it. Celebrate your education. Saying your education don't matter, it stops looking systemic and it starts looking very individual. Wanted to keep you going. And also, I think important in that story is that if not,
how supportive are the professors?
Start again. But I stopped making videos. And
now, if anybody would like to come up so we can speak upon women, Black women in education. Now, we've known from when we have watched earlier videos from slavery and slavery and going forward. We have seen proof that the one thing they always told the kids, their children, was to get an education. from slavery. We seen it in the 1900s, 1910s to 20s, 30s, 40s, 50s. And the main thing they always told their kids was get an education. The main thing they told, especially in the 70s, the main thing they always told their kids was to get an education so you get a better job, you can get out of the situation. It's not the young lady's fault that she chose, unlike today, where more girls are in gangs and stuff like that. But before, like these new group of kids, it's not the young girl's fault that the young ladies decided to stay in school and the men decided to stay on the street. It's not education. That's the any parent wanted for their child. I don't know about all these other customs. I don't know about all these other ancestors that they talk about and what they did everywhere else. But we do know once we touched this soil, we knew once we were on this soil, we saw how important education really is. We see how education really is. Education was so important that we had to act dumb. We had to act like we didn't know what certain words were. We had to act like if we was in the store, we had to act like we could not read. If and just say when kids are young, they don't know no better. So a lot of times, if they was with the slave kids, they would show the slave kids their books, right? They would show the slave kids or as what they called them, their pets. A lot of them, their kids were their pets or their toys. We wasn't even people, we was toys. But what happened was they showed them their books and they started teaching the black kids how to read before their parents was like, no, don't teach them ninjas nothing. But as kids, that's what you do. You buy your kids books. So they're not thinking that the black kid can't read. And then when the black kid is looking at the book and they realize the black kid or the black child can't read, they started teaching them letters and stuff like that. So a lot of kids started getting education before the parents did. And they seen how important that was to know how to read and write. And I don't care if you was a male child or a female child. One thing we always pushed was education. When did this stop? When did it stop? Just like when they say, like, well, education is not important. What do you mean by that? Do you mean first grade, second grade, third grade, fourth grade, fifth grade, sixth grade? Like, what do you mean education? Like, when is it supposed to stop? Because you do need to know how to read. You know that, right? You do need some education, right? So when is it supposed to stop? Like fourth grade? Or you need to just stop at fourth grade. That's all you need. Well, you may got to teach the kids a little something. Maybe finish high school, but that's it. That's it. When every parent dream was for their child was to go to college and have a degree and have something to not struggle. To not struggle. So now you have these fake high value men. But you know what? They never really said high value far as money-wise. I think we took it that far. And then when we hear the word high value, we automatically assume they're talking about money. Because there's too many black men that's talking about high value. All y'all ain't got no money. Majority of y'all don't have no money. What do you mean by high value? Like you have to show me some pay stubs or something. Is it just like high value, like in your head? What? In your head? What are you talking about? We would like to know. So for a man to say, hey, your education don't mean nothing to me. I just need to know, can you cook and clean? Can you wash my clothes? Well, that's all you need to know. I'm gonna bring the money home. That's not our tradition. That is not our tradition at all. It is not. But again, you have these mammies. See, education. What are you doing, cat or dog? Education is like, it's a form of independence. What are you doing? Education is a form of independence. Like, I knew it was you, dog. It's like, it's a form of independence. Like, I really don't need you. I am sort of kind of like independent. And then when they use the education to get any job, it's a form of independence. Like, nobody tells you, like back in the days when women were just secretaries and we did all the typing and the men had the higher positions. See, people like to say feminist, 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 feminist. But what the hell does feminist mean? And where did it come from? And why did we have feminists? Was it because a bunch of women didn't like men? Is it feminist something good? Something wrong? Is something really wrong with feminism? I mean, if you're a man, but if you're a woman, does it make you feel threatened that I want equal? And then they want to throw in our face. Well, they want women to be equal, but then they could be equal. We want equal everything. But we will take we're going to talk more about this later. I'm glad you guys enjoyed the show. I might be back on. I don't know, but it's still early. But I had to get this one out the way. Either way, I see you guys later, and I appreciate each and every one of you guys. Don't forget to check out, if you want to check out Crimson Tide, check her out. If you want to check out Themis, check him out. Anybody else I played, check them out. If you like what you see and you want to see more of it, hit that subscribe. If you want to have something to say, leave it down below. Like, comment, and subscribe. Peace, babies.